Make sure you get the title correctly.
By the way, guys, I gotta log off in like 2.5 hours, unfortunately, because I gotta go to fucking work.
Oh, we just started.
I want to get some game in there, man.
Why are you such a killjoy?
I'm sorry, man. I need money.
Yeah, a couple hours should be enough to get something done.
Yeah, I wish I could play longer. I can't.
You can open the next door. You can open the next door. You can look at the door.
We're so
It's
amazed
a
by
nice
what we
door.
see.
Okay, see you next week.
Takes us that long to just.
So I see. Are we now? We're now exhausted. Not exhausted.
Oh, yeah. What was
Fatigued.
What was that?
Fatigue.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Fatigue.
interesting. I wonder if dropping the fatigue. Let me see. First of all, let me just check real quick. All the streams look good. All right, all the streams look good. So the question now is, let me go in the game and let me pull out the effects. See if there's a fatigued one there. There's an exhausted and there's a fatigued. So, all right. First of all, let me look at where we stopped. So everybody should have on the tab the last chat log. And if you scroll to the bottom, it's
We're halfway through looting the room, and we still have a couple of items left, I think, to grab.
Oh, I thought you would be done with that, but you aren't, huh? You're saying you aren't.
No, well, there's still some stuff in the party sheet.
Oh, let me pull that out. Party sheet. Inventory. Yes, I see. But the question is that you've taken all the items from around, like everything is in the party sheet, right? Like I don't need to put anything else in the party sheet. That's what I'm worried about.
No, I think what you did was you put everything on there, but you still wanted us to go to the actual physical locations of the items and pick them up as we went.
And the locations of the items are, if you scroll up in the chat log, it's about it's at the top. It's pretty much at the top where it says is locations 1 to 7, and we have them marked on the map. And the question is now, so there's a hand axe left, heavy. So I think that the potion, I was about to say what potion it is. I was about to say the potion of. So the potion of kill party. Party dies.
The potion of doubt.
That I think was in position 7. Let me see. Right. Maybe I have it in my notes. Let me see. GM's notes. GM notes. Do I have the items there? Which. Look, it's not a huge deal. If I can't find it now, you can just take it from the without moving your characters. Oh, maybe in GM notes. Yes, in GM notes. Dude, I must have. written down somewhere. Nope, we're simply not going to bother with it. So just tell me who wants to take the hand axe, who wants to take the heavy steel shield, and who wants to take the potion. And just open your inventory on the one side, open the party sheet on the other side, and just grab the blue ribbon and drop it in your inventory of whatever item you want. If you want to discuss between yourselves, it makes sense for, I suppose, either Arco or Edward to take the potion. And then probably Ivan to take the heavy steel shield, and then the hand axe, probably Valkian. That's what that's what makes sense right away. I mean, you can discuss it more if you want, but if you just want to keep moving, just take that stuff. Like as I said. By the way, I have other stuff to show you too, like for your inventory, but no need to do it right now. So the reason I want you to take that stuff is so that I can move to the next phase, which is to type something about the fact that you're fatigued, and then drop the fatigued condition on all of you. And I just want to see if the game's gonna take if how the automation works. It probably works though. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had it. And I'm just gonna go to conditions fatigued on. I just googled it and just find out exactly what it does. I think it's playable. I don't think that okay. You cannot run or charge, which is fine. And you take a -2 to dexterity and strength, which is not fine. And if you do something that causes fatigue, then you become exhausted, and that's much worse. But 8 hours of complete rest, and you lose this. It's pretty. So Edward took the potion, Ivan took the shield, and Valkian took the hand axe. Okay, so now the party sheet is empty. Let me just type something here. Do you guys have like a watch, a clock, or anything like that? Let me check in the items. Is there anything in the?
No, nothing like that. I don't think.
There's a water clock in the Pathfinder core rules. It said, "Oh my god, it goes to 1,000 GP."
Yeah. Yep. No, I don't think any one of us
You don't
has
have.
one of those.
Are you sure? Are you sure you have one of these?
Is it
Oh,
made
you know
of?
what? Maybe I have like 5 of them.
Yeah. Right. So let's look at this new module that I bought. Let's see. Modules.
Maybe the water clock uses gamer girl bathwater.
Oh man, that's
the Belle
that's
Delphine
the
edition.
No.
Yep.
So we're looking at. I'm trying to find activation. This book that I bought is called. Let's call Adventurer's Armory. Let's see, Armory. Okay, so I loaded. And player load allowed, not player load allowed for now. Let's see how it looks like for me. Where would that be? Adventure. Okay, so assets. No assets. It's modules. Yes. So now I do have it, and I can read it as a book. Let's see, equipment, goods, and services, for example. And everything seems to have a, for example, prosthetic arm, 10 GP. People who lose hands, arms, legs, or feet. 10 GP is not bad for a prosthetic, but it's not like it's a cyborg. It's just plastic, suppose, not plastic. Okay, for example, magnet, 5 silver piece. All right. Let me see if that's gonna come up now when I search for items. Let's say if I search for magnet. So see, ultimate equipment. What is this magnet? Yes, Adventure's Armory. It does show. It does show when you search. However, there's already a magnet in Advanced Players Guide, and there's also in Ultimate Equipment. It might be the same one. So the question is now, okay, now I'm going to do again the clock search to see if. So there's 2 clock entries actually in Crownfall. Clock working tools. Okay, I don't know what that is. Masterwork. 55 G. Okay, so I just gave away something for you guys. Water clock. No, the only clock is a water clock in the Pathfinder core rules that costs 1000 GP, and in the ultimate equipment, I think it's the same. Yes, it's the same. Weight is 200 pounds. 200 pounds, dude. And as for a
the whole
watch,
fucking PC.
oh, pocket watch. Pathfinder. Yes, there's a pocket watch in this product in the Adventurers Armory. There's a pocket watch. Costs, oh my god, 250 GP. It's a steal, guys. This miniature clock is small enough to carry. It's just 1 pound. So if one of you wants to have on you a pocket watch, I suppose you just have to buy it when you go out. The question is, is there an image? That's what I'm trying to find out. And the thing is, I think for these stuff there is images, but they're not directly linked to the entry. So you have to go click on images. I think so. And then you have to type. You see what I'm saying? The images. I think it's separate. And I think there's no image actually for the clock at all. Because when I click on the image clock, it just gives me like a golem clockwork or clockwork spy, clockwork soldier, clockwork assassin, but there's no clock. So, let's see. I'm sure that some of these items, there's a bayonet in the Adventurer's Armory, for example. There's a lot of cool shit. I just have to go through it and an ogre hook. I just have to go through them and decide if you should be able to see. Actually, the reason this line of books is called Pathfinder Companion, Player's Companion. So that means that all these books are allowed for the players to read. But I still, I want to see like how exotic. If there's an exotic, like for example, if there's a section with exotic stuff, I would like to remove that so that you don't see it unless. But if the exotic stuff is blended with the normal stuff and I can just easily remove it, then maybe I'll just show you the whole book. So All right. So now for me, it will show up in my. Let me see if it will show up in your searches. So if you go to items, and you just search for clock. No, sorry, for watch. Does it tell you there's a pocket watch or no?
I don't see anything.
No, you don't see pocket watch.
You mean in
yes.
you mean in
Sort of. Well,
Yeah, I mean where you're looking, exactly where you're looking. It should be there, but it's not there. It's only for me.
did you put it in parentheses?
Just watch. Just type watch. Yeah, you've typed exactly watch. Yeah. So you see the Death Watch Eyes, Divine Scroll of. You see stuff from the Ultimate Equipment. Actually, you shouldn't really even be seeing from the Ultimate Equipment yet, but
What
you have one from
items?
Occult Adventures as well. Why?
Yeah.
Why do you have Occult Adventures and I don't? I don't have that. Okay, hold on.
Sure. I think it's because the module got activated or something. I'm not sure why
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah, I
is-
activated.
It's not really.
I activated a lot of stuff, and I really should go over it. And yes, so it's funny because the Occult Adventures book is loaded for the players, but not for me. So I did it the opposite now. I loaded it for me, and now you guys can't see it anymore. And I have to do this for all the books. And the funny thing is, I have to do it 4 times because once I have to do it for all the 4 campaigns. It's the same with the settings. It's the same with everything. Everything has to be done 4 times. Well, maybe there's a way to like copy paste settings across. I'll figure it out at some point. All right. So the main thing is, I didn't want you to be able to see the new book yet, and you can't see it, but I can see it. And yeah, if you want a pocket watch, you're in Opara, so you can find pretty much anything you want in the city. You're not in a backwater town or something.
How much is it, did you say?
It's 250 GP for a pocket watch. And it's extremely expensive. It costs just 1. But then I could give you the exact time and stuff like that. Especially later when we put the calendar, you can have the exact time at any time. Whereas now that it's past midnight at some point. You're tired, but that's about it. So let me finish my my note here. All right, read that. And now I need to pull up the coma tracker. And okay, I'm gonna remove the enemies. And let's see now how that works. The fatigued. I drop it first on Edward. Yes, see, it says to Edward by Ivan. And it says by Ivan, yes, because it was Ivan's. So what I'm going to have to do is, first of all,
Ivan, what did you do?
delete. Okay, first I need to do is.
No homo.
Now it's not gay.
Yes,
Blood
homo.
splatters are there.
They say yes, homo.
It's not gay if you don't kiss.
It's not gay if balls.
You have to say yes, homo, after doing just
That's why
regular
we're playing
mundane.
It literally can't be gay between us.
Clear all initiatives. Clear all initiatives. So there's no initiatives now, and I'm going to try again. Fatigued, dropped on Edward, and that's it. Edward is fatigued. And then I suppose, I suppose I'm not going to bother with the allies, like in Mistress Dame, because you don't even know when they woke up, and to be honest, I don't even know either. So we're just, for the time being, maybe they had a late sleep in, and they
dragons in disguise.
Yeah. Vulcan fatigued, and then Arco fatigued, and by the way, elves. I'm not sure. Do we have an elf? We do have 2 half elves. So that's an issue, though. Do the elves become fatigued? and they were discussing that. And well, first the only thing I do is I'm just gonna Google it. Do elves become fatigued? We're never gonna self-play it. All right. Well, I guess we can say we're playing now. Short answer, yes, they get tired like we do. However, they rest differently. They enter a state of deep meditation where they relive past memories as well as memories.
That's trance. That's Dungeons and Dragons.
That is Dungeons and Dragons. You're right.
Yeah, that's trancing.
Do elves? But I just googled. Do elves feel tired or sleepy? They get exhausted if they don't rest. Okay, so we're just gonna go straight to my forum because I think they addressed that. Alternate edition. They just scroll down and find sleep, fatigue, and exhaustion, and then I'm just gonna search for elves because. There's one guy who says he thinks that the elves should sleep more and more often than any other race, but that's not canon. So one guy, for example, one guy, James Jacobs himself says that elves and half elves would never risk falling asleep at watch. So there's no chance of you falling asleep at watch, but they will still become fatigued or exhausted at the same rate. So as long as if we don't want to like read the whole thread now, which we don't want to, James Jacobs has said that he thinks that elves and half elves become fatigued or exhausted at the same rate as everybody else. So the way he says the rules here are, he says that you can operate for 16 hours without worries, but on hour 17th, you start getting tired. And hour 24, you become exhausted. So you still have, so let's say that you woke up at 10 a.m. I don't even know. We would have to go back exactly and take a look when we started the day. But let's just say a ballpark figure, 10 a.m. you woke up. That means, let's say now it could be 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. So you do have another few hours, 5, 6, 7 hours that you can operate before exhaustion. And exhaustion, let's see how bad exhaustion is.
It's pretty bad.
Where is it though? Because I don't see it in the. Exhausted. Yes. Okay. It says moves at half speed. -6 penalty to strength dexterity. Yeah, it's horrible. You basically you probably can't even like carry your shit if you have a lot of shit. But if you rest for 1 hour, you can become fatigued. So you go back to fatigue if you just like lie down for an hour, which is very doable. Yeah, so it's manageable. Exhaustion is manageable if you every now and then you just yes, it's okay. So you take an hour of rest, you become fatigued again, but how long before you become exhausted again? What? So every 8 hours you just take 1 hour? I don't think so. So that's why they have the extra rules in the forum. Let's see what it says about that. Oh yeah, so he says that. Well, right now the question is, do you want to? Oh, do you see the purple blood? That's when I deleted the. Yes, that's a new effect they added when I deleted the destroyed enemies because they are undead. You get the purple blood. I don't think there's actual purple blood. That's just the Fantasy Grounds convention of a dead undead. So at least you know where they fell. But I think that after we close down Fantasy Grounds or we open it, the blood won't be there. Which I actually would like it to stay there until we clean it. But it's not possible. I don't think it saves it. So, all right. So Edward said in the chat that he might be able to identify the equipment, right? So we can do that now. If we start getting the identify, we're going to lose another half an hour. So if you actually want to make any progress, so the question is, either we start identifying stuff and then you can sleep here. I don't know, or you could go back, and if you think that some of the previous rooms are more safe, maybe you could sleep in another room. You can sleep for 8 hours to clear the fatigue. Keep in mind, though, that there's stuff happening upstairs, and Martella was sending you all those messages. So if you do sleep, look, I don't think you can get out of here without sleeping at all. I think you're going to die if you try to do that. So you do have to sleep at some point. The question is, how many times can you sleep? And, I'm also going to be rolling, by the way, random encounters when you try to sleep in here.
Oh,
so
shit.
you could get attacked. So the question is, do you want... There's 2 doors ahead of you. Do you want to open one of the doors before... But so Exile, what do you mean Malphine has the right idea?
Oh, in the last game, she in the last session, she had grabbed a couple weapons out of the glass.
Yes, but you
container.
all grab stuff now. It's done. You need to grab more?
Oh, yes.
What?
A couple daggers and some bolts.
I see. Let me look at your inventory real quick. Okay, so I see here that you have 20 crossbow bolts. Do you see that? In your inventory, it says crossbow bolts 10, but to the left of 10 it says 2. Is that correct? Do you have 2 bundles of 10? You don't remember, do you? If we go to your actions... Oh, that's interesting. Yes, in your actions it says ammo 20, so it looks like we've taken note of that. So you think you need more bolts than the 20 that you have? You might. I mean,
I think I left the bolts I had at Ivan's place.
Oh, that's it. Okay. This is where we should do something else, by the way. Guys, open everybody your inventory. I think Chef knows about this, but I don't think anybody else knows about it. If you open all your inventory, so I'm waiting for Shub. Okay, Exile has opened it. Okay, so if you open your inventory, to the right of the items, it says location, doesn't it? There's another field where you can type a location.
Oh.
So one thing you can do is, let me give you an example. The house, Ivan's Manor, it's called Ivan's Manor. You type Ivan's space Manor. So, for example, what the question is, what have you left? It would be much easier if back when you were at the manor, we had done this. So what have you left in Ivan's Manor?
Well, we can see what we have equipped and
Equipped, yeah.
So you have this little icon.
Yes.
To the right of the weight. So I would assume that whatever we don't have on ourselves, is at the manor.
Keep in mind something that tell you is that when you type Ivan's Manor in the location, you don't press enter. If you press enter, it's going to create a new blank entry. If you scroll to the very bottom of your inventory, it's going to create a new, and then you're going to have to manually delete it. So fill out that with Ivan's Manor, but don't hit enter. And by the way, you can also put items inside items. So instead of saying Ivan's Manor, you can type backpack. So you type backpack, just the first 2 letters BA, and then it will autofill the backpack. And then you just press tab, and then anything you want can go inside the backpack. But do you even have? We don't know who has. I think nobody has a backpack. Or did you find a backpack in the escape room? So I think somebody found a backpack.
Arco has a backpack. I'm pretty
he
sure.
He has, but does he have it with him, or did he leave it in the?
He has it with him.
How do you know?
I'm looking at my inventory sheet right now. It says it's equipped. The only things I don't have equipped are the yeah.
Okay, let me say one thing. Where's this explorer's outfit? Type advanced manner.
I actually think I left that like at the inn or the tavern that Valkian is also staying at. Or am I remembering that wrong?
Let's see.
Yeah, because these guys weren't at Ivan's Manor. I think they
never
were
went
staying
in there?
elsewhere, right?
I think at some point
I don't think they ever.
No, we all went there at some point.
Oh, really?
It was later though. We started at at the end, and then we all kind of met up somewhere else. But me and Arco were at the end.
Okay, so maybe I did.
Yeah, but the question is, did you take all your stuff? By the way, advanced manner, should the M be capital or no? Like, it would be the same way it's written on the map, on the overall. Would I use capital M for the manner on the map? I think I would use. Okay, so let's say that it is a capital M. So go ahead and Chev.
Yeah, capital.
Yeah,
No
capital.
I was thinking it was capital, but I second guessed myself.
But for me, would it be Ivan's manor or would it just be manor?
No, it would be Ivan's manor.
My manor?
Yeah, but it's mine.
Yes, but it's on the map. Like, it doesn't matter. The sheet is not yours. It's Spanish grounds.
Okay.
Belongs to Cult Studios.
So I guess anything that isn't on me, manor.
Yes, for you and Edward certainly, because that's where you live, basically. Yeah. For the other guys, it's a question because they don't live in your manor. They had a hotel, they had a hotel room, and we have to figure that out. For now, was it a hotel or was it a tavern? Do you even remember?
No.
What kind of place?
I'm pretty sure it was a tavern.
Inn, no? I think it was. I don't know. I think it was an inn, but I'm not sure.
It was an inn. All right. You know what I can do? I can just click session 1. Just really quickly go to the. Back then we were still using languages, I see, and the chat log is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna search for find inn. There's 12 mentions of inn. Oh, let's see. I will go to the Frothing Otter Inn in Lionsgate, and that's where you had frothing in the common room. You're sitting on the. So if you're sitting in the common room there, that's probably where you live, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on Discord. Look, if you go to Discord, I will put Frothing Otter Inn. So copy paste that in all your items, the two of you. Just we're not gonna say that stuff is in the Frothing Otter Inn somewhere, unless you actually moved your stuff over, which I don't remember happening. If that happened, then we're just gonna move the stuff over. But for now, on your inventory, just say Frothing Otter Inn. I don't think we're gonna end up playing today, guys, unless you want to just charge the next room.
Fuck it. Let's do it now. Let's not do that.
Fatigued and like, I want to open one door before I have to stop the session, and the others are like, what's
for Caden? I just run in.
Thanks.
Get demolished.
Thanks for fixing that.
Yeah.
I accidentally pressed enter. Was the dagger? Did the dagger weigh anything? I forget if we had this conversation already.
By the way, Chef, pouch belt should be capital. Should be the same as the item.
It is the same as the. Oh right, yeah. Jeez, what the hell? Thought it was just automatically putting that in. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that my crossbow is at Ivan's Manor with the bolts and everything.
Yes. Okay. If you're sure, because I think so too. You were carrying it with you, and then you left the weapons there.
Mm-hmm.
So you should say that the weapons are in the manor, but anything else that's not a weapon that you've left behind is in the inn. And I'm gonna look now at your inventory because, for example, you have a grooming kit. You would not have a grooming kit. You would not have taken the grooming kit to the Senate. So that, unless you found the grooming kit in the escape rooms, that's the thing. Did you find? You might have actually in the hand mirror. I remember you might have found that in the. Let me see. It's not super important. Like it's not like you're gonna use a grooming kit in the in the dungeon. So we'll only have to research it if you actually need to use it.
Yeah.
For example, the whiskey that Arco has, I'm sure he has it with him because.
Of course.
So the question is with the backpacks. The backpacks are important. I do remember somebody finding a backpack. You definitely did not bring. Nobody brought a backpack in the Senate. But the question is, did you find a backpack?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
we found it here in the Senate.
I think we found 2 of them actually.
Yeah.
I think we found 2 of them actually.
You found 2, and the question is, who got them? Who has them?
Well, I have one. I don't know if it's one of the ones we
Look,
found.
everybody has one because you're supposed to have one. But the question is, who picked it up from the ground? And I think we can find it. Well, we have to go back to the chat log again. So we're now session 12. Who knows what session it was? Was it like session, let's say 9? Let me see. I'm just gonna search for backpacks. Back. No matches. So session 9, there's nothing. I'll try session 10. Yeah, all this stuff will be easier in the future. When I can start searching session, let's say 8. When we have a single page to search. Okay, session 8. There's 3 mentions of backpack. Yes. Among the gear in this room, you find 2 backpacks, and Valkian got one, and Arco got the other. So that means Valkian. Let me go 100% sure. You find 2 backpacks, and Valkian backpack, Arco backpack. So Edward should not have a backpack on him, and yes, it's in Ivan's manor. And Ivan should not have a backpack.
That should not be in my bag.
Exactly. And Ivan, again, you see, you're not carrying the backpack. It's not carried, and it's in Ivan's manor. And anything else, you don't have the bedroll. The bedroll is back in the manor. I think you're wearing the breastplate. You can wear armor. Let me look at your. Okay, and you have light encumbrance.
By the way, there's no music.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
So So now that we know, at least we know now who has the backpacks, and that means, like for example, Valkian is carrying a Dust of Illusion. I think maybe that was given to him by. Okay, I'm going to remove the price.
Martella, right?
That might have been given to you by Martella. So you want to put that in the backpack. You're not going to be carrying it on you.
Yeah.
It gets a bit more complicated than that because now that we figured out the location system, we're also going to be using pouches for everything. So you cannot just pick up random stuff from your person. Like they have to go in a pouch somewhere, and you need a belt, and then you need to buy some pouches and hang them on there. And the pouches, like they cannot have like infinite numbers of coins. Like you can have. It says a specific, I think 200 coins or something. Let me check. So it's gonna get a bit complicated, but not right now. Let me see. So if I just type pouch in there, and then I look at the Pathfinder core rules, pouch empty. So the pouch costs 1 GP. It doesn't say anything there.
You can just buy infinite number of pouches. For 1 GP, you just buy a pouch with each gold.
Yes. There's a belt pouch with Pathfinder core rules.
You found the next
belt pouch is the belt pouch that's an ultimate equipment is the same as the pouch belt empty in the Pathfinder core rules. It's the same thing, just meant differently. They cost the exact same amount, 1 GP. And it's just that the core rulebook, for some reason, doesn't have the description there. So it says it can hold 100 to 200 coins or 2 apples. 2 apples. How many bananas is 2 apples? How many nuts is...
Very large handfuls.
How many sesame seeds?
Jesus, I would not have thought that like 200 coins. 200 coins. That's
It says 100 to 200. I suppose it depends on the size of the coins. But we're not gonna argue now with the fucking book about how many coins.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna be
It'll
back
just
in
give you an
just...
idea, you know, that you cannot carry around you tens of thousands of coins, you know.
Be back in a minute. I'm just gonna get some water.
And it says it gives the weight for the items, but does it give the volume? So we have to check if the volume. It's like in Star Citizen. You have the
Exactly. Exactly. So, eventually, you're gonna have to have a bank account or something, or hide it in,
Up my ass. My ass.
Okay.
How much? How many apples could my ass hold?
The question is, how many belt pouches can a belt? Let's see if there's a belt specifically. Well, if you type belt, there's like all these magical belts. There's actually 3 pages of magical belts, and I was looking at it last time, trying to see if they have a normal belt. There's so many magical belts. There is one that's called belt pouch. Oh no, that's the one that belt pouch. It's a pouch basically. Equestrian belt. It's again magical.
magical
Scroll
belt
belt.
pouch.
Scroll belt costs 3 SP. Okay, that's not for most of you guys. Security belt. What does that do? Again, that's ultimate equipment. Right. So we're not gonna solve again. We're not gonna solve the belt issue now. You're just getting a hang on the location system, which is very, very, very handy. Like for example, I bet you anything you want that if you go to Foundry that Robom is using and you look at the character sheets they have there, they don't have locations. Like lots of little things like this, or for example, the conditions that we have. I bet you they don't have them. So he's not because the best implementation of PF1 is the one we're using. So, oh my God, I'm looking at Vulcans. You only have 2 GP. Guys, you're poor.
Yeah.
And Arco only has 8 GP. You guys are poor as fuck.
I'm back.
Oh, we lent our coins to somebody.
Edward doesn't even have 1 GP. He has only got 3 XP. He's a beggar. A complete beggar. And Ivan has like 148 GP. He's like walking around with.
I lent my coins to somebody who disappeared.
Yeah. Did you lend to me? And who else lent to me? It was
Arco bought
we'll see. Well, maybe we'll get this character back.
I think it was Marcella. Marcella lent to you too. You got an advance, I think.
No. Yeah, that was also.
All right. Again, we're not gonna figure everything out. Like I see, for example, a mug tankard on Arcos. Did he find that? He might have found that. Did he find that in the?
Pretty sure that was in the liquor room or whatever, the bar, in the panic room.
All right. So you got the items. So the question is, let's go back one by one. Exile wanted to grab some daggers, and so the book here tells me about the items. If you want to find items, and let's see.
Yeah, daggers and bolts.
it says you may include mundane equipment for any heroes under equipped for the dungeon crawl. So if you rummage around, you should be able to find the daggers you want and the bolts. And so you should type type I look around for some daggers and bolts, and then Control Enter. Remember, Enter is to speak, Control Enter for action. I look around for some daggers and bolts. And then what happens is you tell me how many. Okay, you forgot the period. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm gonna go in the items and I'm gonna look at dagger.
Minus 2 XP.
Yes. How many daggers do you want?
4.
Getting greedy now. 36. 36 daggers. All right. Well, it's a whole thing. Okay. So dagger. Pathfinder core rules.
Are these like daggers you can throw, or?
Yes. All daggers are ones you can throw.
You can throw them, or you can use them.
Go very far.
So 4 daggers. How many bolts do you want?
Like 30.
30 more bolts. Right. I'll let it slide.
Don't they have any GPs lying around in this room? Can we get 200 GPs?
All right, so that all these items that you wanted are now in the party sheet. So all you have to do is open the party sheet. Make sure that your inventory is also open, and then listen to this. You don't want to. You have to click. I think either Shift or I think it's Shift. So I think what you do is to grab all the crossbow bolts and all the daggers at the same time. You mouse over the blue ribbon, and then you hold Shift, and then you drag the ribbon to your inventory, and that should move all of them. Give it a go.
Okay.
Because it looks better. Yes, it looks better in the chat log as well. And then I don't need to type that you found them. It's obvious that you found them because they're, it shows it in the chat log. So we're done with that. So your inventories are not perfect, but they're better than they were before. And now you know how to improve them if you want. You know how to set stuff. So you can do it on your own, and then when later you have to use specific items, then we can figure out where exactly that item is and fix it. So the big question now is, by the way, you can move around if you want now. Remember to reorient the arrow, the facing arrow, by right-clicking on your character and rotate. Yeah, that's a good idea. So what you do is now put them in the sheet, and Arco's gonna have to type, yeah, sure, whatever, and then just take them from the and move next to each other.
Can't see if I.
All right.
Thanks.
Let me see how it's going. So yeah, put them in the. Again, use the Shift if you want to move a bunch of items at the same time.
Hit. Oh no. Nope, that's fine. Okay.
And now there's 3 potions there. Again, with the Shift, you can take all of them. All right. Oh, and another potion. So, so the question is, do you want to? All right. Let's see. Let me check something. If everybody's fatigued, let me look at Ivan's strength, for example. It still says strength 18. Let me see. Go to combat. So my question is, if he has a fight, will the game take into account his fatigue? It should take into account because it's a condition. How would we find out if... You know how would we find out? I think I know how we would find out. Go to your actions. Go to your actions. And look at the numbers there. It says +6 for attack, and the damage is 1d8 plus 4. So what happens now if I go on your character, 1d8 plus 4, and I remove the fatigue? Let's try that. Let's remove the fatigue. So now I've removed the fatigue.
Oh, yeah, it's still the same.
Still the same. 1d8 plus 4. Let's try something. I'm gonna do the clicking for you. I'm just gonna click your damage. 1d8 plus 4. And then I'm gonna drop the fatigue on you. And then
oh, 1d8 plus 3.
What?
yes. Even though it says, oh, it says effects -1. Do you see it?
Yeah.
So the effect is working.
But it should be
It's supposed to be 2.
a -2, right?
Thought.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Because from 18, his strength will go. Let's try. Let's try. 16.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I thought it was
16 is
it
plus
was-
3, and 18 is plus. Sorry, and 18 is plus 4. So it's correct.
Oh, it's not a -2 penalty to the. You're right. Okay.
No, it's to the
okay,
strength. It's to
yeah.
the strength. So it looks like it works well. However, I've had some issues with not with the condition. I've got some issues with the encumbrance. That some character sheets calculate automatically encumbrance, and some others don't. Some people's. So I'm gonna have to rebuild. Ideally, I would rebuild all sheets by from scratch at some point. Because Fantasy Grounds, since we started, has been updated so many times, and the sheets every time it was updated, maybe some of the sheets bugged out or whatever, and they're not working perfectly now. So it would be a good idea to rebuild them. So one thing I want to do now is, first of all, type in the chat log, delete 3. Okay. Delete 2 damage rolls and effect above. Alright, so those 3 are gone. So, look, the easiest for me is if you sleep now, because then I don't have to worry about the fatigue anymore. You can move without the fatigue, and we don't have to worry about it. And also, it's the safest for you because then you're not fatigued, But as you can see, the negative from the fatigue is not enormous. The -1 there, and you may get another. Your AC might be a little worse. But so far in the 2 battles that you fought, you've done well. You've barely been scratched. So who knows? Maybe if there's another battle, you still, you might still, even fatigue, you might do well. So, and maybe there's nothing in the other room, or maybe it's the dragon. So, if you want to open the door now and just move a little bit to play a little bit, you can just open the door, look inside, and if it looks safe, then you can move in and do some exploration. So at least we can say that we've made some progress. There's no dragon. I can tell you right now. There's no dragon. You don't have to worry about that.
That's just what you want us to think.
Only a drake.
I do have to say though that there is a clock, so you cannot spend like a month down here sleeping every room. So it would be you want to stretch out your as much as you can your endurance, but I don't want to give anything away. If I think that you're about to open the door and get wiped, I might give you a hint to maybe get some sleep. We'll see how it goes. First of all, let me look at I haven't looked at your streams. So, Chef has Malphine and Mistos, but you're blocking a little bit Arco's avatar there. And then Shub has nobody, so Shub, you really should bring up the images for Malphine and Mistos. Those are the two images that you have. Yeah, you don't have images of any of the others. And Archonus does have them there. You do have them though, yeah. Another thing I want to tell you now is that, like, for example, Archonus now, with those two images he has, he's sort of blocking the menus a little bit. So try to make it a little bit cleaner. When you position the all these, like for example, I'm looking at Exiles. Exiles looks good, like he's not blocking anything. You're gonna have to block the map, but don't block the characters, don't block the chat log, don't block the menus. But the map, it cannot be avoided. You have to block the map. Just try not to block the other stuff, and don't spend too much time on it, but do your best. You know why I'm telling you this above all? Not so much for the stream, but because I'm going to be taking screenshots and posting them in the campaign thread where you guys, type the summaries. So every now and then there will be a screenshot, and I would like them to be, as neat as possible. It would be cool if there was snap to, but there's no snap to. So do your best manually. All right, and you do have a lot of time. When I'm prattling on about stuff or looking at the. By the way, Chef's dice looks really good on the stream. The new dice. We had 17 people buy this dice. You know how much money we gave to Fantasy Ground? We must have given, I don't know, 1,000 euros or something. All right.
I meant to say press on.
So you have some. Yeah, so you can do that if you want. Say that so you can open another door, see what's happening, and probably you'll be fine.
Oh, Terry Cloth. Poor Terry Cloth.
Yeah. He's fucking dead.
Terry Cloth is his wolf. Yeah. He has a wolf. By the way, I think that your manor, Shub, has stables. So you should be able to put the wolf there. Unless you want to put the wolf in the house. I don't know.
I'm going to pray to the spirits of
It's up to Ivan whether or not he wants to allow the inside his house.
Come on, man. I'm begging you, man. I'll suck your dick, man.
Yeah, all right. That was a good. You suck their dicks anyway. All right, so go ahead and open the door.
I'm not hearing it, no homo.
The left, the right.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, bro. You better believe there's homo.
Oh, another thing I want to teach you guys now. Let's learn this thing now. Is that when you're moving your character, you can practice this now.
Oh yeah, right.
So what you do is, you can go in a straight line, so you can go diagonal or whatever. But if you want to, like, let's say you want to go around a corner, like you want to instead. If you want to play your whole turn in one, because it's better to. If you want to play your whole turn in one go, so first you click on your character, right? Then you can click the the arrow keys to go, like, let's say, diagonally 1 or 2 squares, and then you hold the middle mouse button, and you can change direction and keep clicking the arrow keys, so he can go show them, Chev.
Okay, yeah. So, wait, did that actually move me or?
No, maybe because
Okay,
you're
let me
bugged.
try.
Anyway, everybody can try. Okay, try that and then straight up. Try that and then straight up.
Yep.
All right. So look at him move now. Look. Do you see that? He does that. He changed direction because he's holding down the middle mouse. So everybody try to do this.
Holding down the middle mouse.
Yes. So first you click. Let's say to go 2 squares down, and then click 2 squares down, and then hold down the middle mouse and click left. And now when I click, boom, look, you see?
Yeah, but my direction hasn't changed.
That's not for the direction. That's for.
Yeah, I know, but you don't need to use the middle mouse. I just use the numpad. I think I can do that now. Wait, let me check.
Oh yeah, no, it was the. I'm trying to remember now how I did this. Let me try. Left click.
Oh, I see. So what is the middle mouse is for?
So yeah, basically what you're doing is you're dragging with the left click, right? And then as you're holding left click, you can like tap the middle mouse button down to change direction. It allows you to make like more diagonal sort of movement that the actual D-pad wouldn't let you.
Oh. No, but you can use the numpad.
Numpad, yeah.
You
okay,
can,
so you either use the numpad, or.
For example, look at this movement. Let me show you something like this.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, that was cool, though.
I did some agile maneuvers.
Like this. Like you can move.
I think. Okay. I think I figured out what. Check again what Chev is saying. He's talking about a diagonal move that you cannot do with a numpad because it goes.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, it's like more than 1 square, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is useful, especially I think in open. Yes, exactly. That.
There's a word for it. I just don't. It doesn't come to me.
So Chev and Shubin have figured it out. I don't know how you would explain it to the other guys.
Well, first you click, then you drag. I mean, first you click to select your character, then you drag anywhere, then you middle click once, then you continue
while
dragging.
Still holding the left click. Yeah. It's a bit weird how they've done it. It would be better if it was like a right click, right? Like if you hold left click and then use the right click.
I'm moving across different. Okay, yeah. It's like I'm jumping ahead.
My middle mouse isn't working.
I think.
Yes, I think that's it. That Excel just did.
Yeah, my middle mouse isn't working.
So give it a try.
Yeah, it's.
You need to open up your mouse and give it a clean. I think.
You need to buy a new mouse.
I
need to buy a new mouse. I'm still using a.
Yeah, I definitely need to buy a new one. It's been giving me problems. Now the middle mouse just isn't working anymore. All right, I'll just get a new one.
All right, so everything is done. Everything is good. So where do you want to be standing when he opens that door? I'm just saying, where?
Okay, maybe I would stand on the side. Hold on.
I step sideways a few steps.
Okay, Edward, you stand in front of the door and hold your shield.
My shield is my owl. I hold it
like Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep. Grab my owl by the neck like that dude holding the rat.
Oh yeah.
Team, stand by. We're breaching this door.
Standing by, TACCOM.
Setting charges.
Fuck it, bro. We got smoke bombs.
We do have smoke pellets.
We actually fucking do. We do have smoke pellets.
Yep.
Check your corners.
I bite into them and swallow.
Put the two characters together. It doesn't look good where you have the shit
Yeah,
between them.
I was just thinking that.
No, you weren't. You were waiting for me to say
I
it.
was not. I was lying about the thinking.
Don't copy my thoughts.
Thoughts?
All right. So I have to remember now how to. Okay. So type. Wait. Valkian says something. Let's read that first. All right. So type something, Shubin. That I'm just gonna open this door or something like that.
But does the door open from the left or from the right?
Yeah. I have no idea. Look, why are you going to be doing this for every door in front of you now? Just throw me a faggot and just sit there in front of the door and take it.
Fucking door mechanics. This is some Rust bullshit. Gotta put the door in right.
It explodes.
You were being door camped the whole time.
Right, you're not going to be able to open the door from there, so move to the center and and just type.
What do I type?
Well, did you open the door?
Yeah, that's what I did.
Where did you? Oh, you opened. Okay. Let me think now. So, who holds the light, man?
That would be me. So I gotta
So,
move on up.
Archonus, yeah, he would have to. He would have to come
Yeah.
pretty much behind you, not from the side, but behind. And then
No homo.
yeah, no homo.
Don't be a faggot and just let it out.
It's okay, bro. I'm a druid. Free love.
Don't be a faggot and suck that dick.
I gotta do whatever I can to get by, man.
So the question is, let me see. Okay. You can see that, right? So I'm gonna
yes.
do, let's say, something like. So I'm just wondering now, like with yes, if you move in, then I can show you the whole room. You see, yeah. So move there. You know, it's not. We have to figure out how to do this. It's not the safest thing to do. How to do this, you know, every time. Right. Wait, I still have to do something. Alright, that's good enough. So let me,
I cast detect magic.
yeah, makes sense. Let me read something.
Don't let Malfin in there.
All right, I'm taking you back. You cannot go through there. You have to go one up and then right or left. You cannot go diagonally. That's it.
I can just step to the side, right?
Don't leave us.
So you can walk wherever you want. There's space to walk between the cases. And Archonus, remember to before you move to change your direction.
Oh, I was stepping to the side. I was side
So
stepping.
your face.
Just to like.
All right. Oh yeah, that
move
makes
out of the
sense.
way of the doorway.
So I've got to use the I've got to click the button, right? And then
Yeah. First, you click the button to the left of Detect Magic.
mm-hmm.
Then you click the magnifying glass to the right, and then cast. And then you draw out the cone for me.
All
I
right,
wonder
just
if
1 second.
one thing we could do is so you guys can see the.
Damn it, it's obscured by the pictures.
Which pictures?
Oh, I've just got the picture of Emistus. Is that 60 feet? Yeah.
Damn.
So you get 60 feet.
Yeah.
You know that gives me some trouble because now your detect magic goes into other rooms. So now I have to go to all these other rooms and see if there's any magic in there. If you want to make my life easier,
I think how thick are the walls here actually?
Okay,
a foot
let's
of
see.
stone,
Let's
an inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead block it.
all right. Let me check it out.
And why don't you cast it from a corner?
Yeah. Well, because it only takes a few seconds, we can say that he just walks around and scans the whole place.
Oh,
He
yeah.
can cast it as
Yeah.
many times as he wants. So this is just a formality. Let me look at where it says 1 foot of stone. So there's no common metal and there's no sheet of lead or 3. This is either stone. 1 foot of stone. 1 foot of stone is this thick. So I have to go now to the beginning of the adventure pretty much and look, because it's been a while since I've read it, and I need to look at where it says what the fuck it's made of.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah. So if a square is 5 feet, I would say that the walls are 1 foot. It looks like the walls are about 1 foot, at least on the map. But
Yeah,
the map,
yeah,
that doesn't
looks
mean though that the map is accurate. And I need shit, so I'm gonna go take a shit. I'll be back.
Okay.
I cast detect magic on.
Icy shit.
Gotcha.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Right.
He didn't say no homo.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome.
Gonna have to leave in like an hour. God damn it. Fucking work. I would call out, but I need this money. I was thinking about calling out all week.
Like I'm right there on the edge.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome.
Where's the dragon?
We're already dead. This is purgatory.
Oh.
It seemed like that when we first woke up. I swear.
We're just experiencing some lag.
It turns out
You know how right before some big large effects happen in a game, you get that bit of pause before
Frame drop.
Yeah, that's the that's what you're experiencing right now.
Arco says, "Why do I hear boss music?"
Hopefully no
Because
30k.
it's the Stavian guard again.
Yeah. Oh my God, if they show up, we're
They
fucking
were like level
screwed.
80 or some shit. It was
Oh
fucking
shit,
crazy.
those guys were big.
Yeah.
You could see the pictures right now actually. Images, I think it's like wait, where are they? Yeah, the Ulfen Guard. Right above the title sequence pictures.
Let's see.
What? Who are these guys?
Those were the guard that were accompanying the Grand Prince Stavian.
Oh.
Stavian.
They massacred everybody in the Senate, like civilians and stuff.
Was it really them? Wasn't it like somebody else as well? Or
I mean, we saw that they did it at least in front of us.
Yeah, right. Okay, they joined in.
They definitely joined in.
How many did he have? What session was that?
It was like 1 million.
7?
Bro.
Okay, yeah.
What were they called again in the image?
You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we can. If you
No, my audio fucked up. I'm good now.
Ulfen Guard starts with a U. It doesn't start with an image. Like, it's just Ulfen Guard right above for the War for the Crown title sequence pictures. Okay, 6 is too far. 7. 7 is the
Oh, these guys. Oh, I didn't mean these. I wasn't talking about these guys, but yeah, they were cool too. I meant the other. Oh, yeah. I don't think they did anything. You're right. Yeah. Well,
really? No, didn't they?
they may have. Yeah, maybe.
Alright, yeah, my microphone's fucked up. It should be good now, though. Sometimes it just...
Wait a second.
You guys can hear me, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Whoa.
yeah. I was trying to find the other guys.
Wait a second. What the fuck? Oh, I was remembering this wrong. Completely wrong. What? The Viking warriors actually were trying to defend their emperor from those random agents who were also cutting down the random all the people.
Oh, maybe the Ulfen Guard. He's protecting the Lord.
Fuck?
that was there.
Well, yeah. The Orphan Guard
whoever that was.
is like a huge group of them. There's like a
We
whole
got to
bunch
make
of them.
friends with those guys.
And they were
ASAP.
They were protecting the Emperor, who is the Crown Prince.
Oh,
that
never mind.
So I'm
I'm
pronouncing
remembering
that.
wrong.
Okay, so the Wolfen Guard were protecting Stavian.
Yeah, from
the
those
agents?
From the agents.
Okay, so the agents were just like another element.
What the fuck?
Like a third party almost.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I didn't. Okay, I thought they were employed by him.
I was remembering that completely wrong.
Yeah.
I was just I was so shocked by. I was just so shocked by the fact that fucking poor Calbio got just destroyed.
Guys, that was fun because they made a big fuss out of him for a while and then they just killed him off. So I was thinking while I was shooting that I don't need to look up the wall thickness because whatever it is, it's not going to be thinner than what's on the map. And what's on the map is at least 1 foot. So we don't have to worry about what's happening out of the thingy. So let me quickly see now if there's anything magical in here. Yes. It does appear like there is something. So I have to tell you again where it is. So what number are we up to? We're up to number 8, it looks like, from the last room. So I could assets, campaign tokens, blue, and I'll bring out the number 9. Let me get it exactly the same side. Oops, sorry. Were you sitting there?
Oh jeez, you just gave me whiplash. Yeah, that was it.
There, okay. So is that the how big it should
Yeah, that
be?
seems exactly. Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's exactly right. Because if I go one down, wait, one down is no, it'll be too small. One up is perfect. All right. So now this 9, let's see where it goes. All right. So first, let's go over the detect magic again. All right. Presence or absence of auras, then the number and the power of the most potent aura, and finally, you can go ahead. Right, no, I'm going to send you a message then.
Mm-hmm.
So the second round, you get the number of them is just 1, and the power of the most potent aura. So you get the power for free. You know, you don't have to roll anything for the power. So I just send you a message that says, obviously with the text, I can't pinpoint exactly where it is, but you know, I put it on the map for you. So Right. So I'm sending you this message. And now you know where it is, and you can walk towards there. You can walk straight. No, you cannot walk straight. If you want, I don't remember how the others were walking, but you cannot walk across. Like you cannot walk like this. You would have to walk.
Yeah.
You know, from the sides and then up the middle.
Oh,
That's it. That's it.
I forgot my facing, but okay.
You were looking at the shelf while you were walking.
And now you can continue by rolling. Since it's in your line of sight now, you can go ahead and roll Knowledge Arcana to determine the school.
Okay.
$24. Okay.
I actually think I prefer click and dragging rather than clicking. That way it sort of feels like you're still moving the dice to the...
Can you tell me again what is a known spell effect? Do you remember?
Non-spell effect is if it's magical but not spell related. There's like I think like special abilities that
I see.
some creatures have, I think.
I see. All right. Okay, so I'm going to whisper that to you too. Enchantment is a school, right? No.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Let me take a
I'm
look.
gonna Google it because it looks like this is 2 schools of magic. I haven't seen that before.
It could be a sub-school of one of them. Like some of the schools have like sub-schools.
Yes, and
different,
there are
like,
8 schools. There are 8 schools. It doesn't say anything about sub. There are 8 schools, and one of them is enchantment. So there's 2 schools. So I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how rare that is. I certainly haven't seen it in the 4 campaigns yet. All the detect magics we've done, but I don't want to go out on a limb and tell you that you should tell the people that this is especially rare. So don't mention it yet. I mean, when I say don't mention it, don't when you report to them what it is, just say as a matter of fact, it is that and that, and let's try googling it real quick. So how rare is 2 schools of magic item? Let's do it that way.
I mean, if it could be like enchanted twice, right? Not enchanted, but like
the schools are
effect.
enchantment and transmutation. That's what it says. Moderate, enchantment, and transmutation. And moderate means moderate is quite powerful. It's not faint. I think moderate is after. Let me see. The aura strength is, it starts faint, then moderate, strong, and overwhelming. Overwhelming would be so the bow that Valkian got has strong. So that's absolutely the strongest magic items you've seen. The strongest aura. It's strong. It's not overwhelming. Overwhelming would be like a relic or something. It will be. But strong is very, very, very fucking strong. And moderate. Most of the stuff you find is faint, right? Moderate is rare, and strong is just So this is moderate. The aura is. I've already told you that it's moderate, and the aura is. All right. So you can we can report the stuff to them. Oh, and I have to tell you what item is coming from, right? You can't.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
Yes, you know what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna, yeah. I'm going to tell you. Okay, I need to look into the book for a sec. All right.
I think the music stopped.
Yep. It's not supposed to stop because I have it on loop. So, oh, well, it finished and it's not looping automatically, even though I did have. Well, okay, maybe I didn't have it on loop. I don't know because I restarted. I can't. Already, I fixed it now. All right, I'm almost there. All right, I'm sending you the description. Okay, there you go. So that's the only magical aura from this room, but that doesn't mean that there aren't other stuff in the. If you want to take a look at the better look at the cases. That's another action. All right. So you asked for Wilfan to check, and he's coming. Before that, I need to check something else.
Raven comes alive and starts flying and stalking all over the room.
Scratching your face. Fuck!
That terry cloth I was hearing just there.
Yeah, I got a dog here. Beagle boy.
All right. There is the reason that I've been taking so long with this room is that there is an issue, quite a fundamental issue of rules that I've been kicking down the road, for a while now, and we can't really. We have to not only have to figure it out, we actually have to write it in the forum as well for all the teams and everything. It's quite fundamental, and I just did a search on it, and there are a lot of conflicting. It was never resolved in D&D. It was never resolved in Pathfinder, and pretty much every GM just has his own house rule for it. And in order for me to resolve it for us once and for all, I need to do a bunch of reading. There's no way to do it now. However, because I don't want to spend the stuff of the game now, I'm just going to go with the most vanilla interpretation. We're just going to play this particular encounter. So I'm just going to make some rolls here. And we'll see how it goes.
Oh, Jesus. Enchantment and transmutation.
It might not be about the figurine. Don't take it. It might be, but it might not be. I'm just gonna make
Random encounter. It's a rat.
Oh,
Let me talk to it.
Oh yeah, you can talk to animals, no?
Actually, no.
Oh.
There's a spell
yet,
for that.
or
Nah, he can't do it. You need like a spell to do
So,
it.
pretty much what I wanted to happen happened. I made some rolls. And some numbers came up, and it's the laziest. I don't have to do anything. It's all cool. So, So you asked for Little Wilson to come in. Does he get a roll? That's another question.
What the fuck?
Right. So what do you say? Can you come and look at this? So he comes in, and it's getting kind of crowded there. So he wants to. You're gonna have to move out of the way, Arco.
Should
You
I?
can either move through him up, or you can move behind. Either through Edward or
I'll do that.
yeah, like that exactly.
All three doors burst open and goblins pour into the room. Lord Wilson's a goblin.
I knew it.
Nobody's trying to seduce Malphine, eh?
I think that is it? I think it's one aura of two schools. It's not two. The way that I see it is, it says
really?
aura. There's one aura that's mortar and enchantment. It's like a mix. So hold on. I will rephrase. I'm just putting a note for myself. I will rephrase the above to say that it is one aura as a mix of two schools. So you don't have to type anything now. I'll just fix it later.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Perhaps you want to recognize from somewhere. Then he breaks. He stumbles and breaks the very first display.
And that triggers the new Walker-Finder dudes.
Now Malphine came in, and Malphine, you know what Malphine does.
Oh boy.
Just doesn't like glass cabinets, eh? Just didn't have very good.
This glass is too unbroken for my tastes.
My taste. Not enough caltrops all over the room.
Oops, sorry, I moved the wrong person. I wanted to move Emistus.
The spiders come down from the ceiling. You can see the webs on the corner. Oh God. Just wanders into the other room. Fuck.
Oh, God damn it! Now you reminded me something. You guys remember that after every battle we're supposed to do something with Malphine? Well, it's good that we did it now. Then you had this little discussion, and let's see what the rules say. It's been so long since I played this, and I forgot that. It's good that you reminded me. Okay, so there's a whole mini game with Malphine. I said it's called influencing Malphine. So Ivan, so that means Shubin, because Robo offered his condolences for the death of his father upstairs, for father. That means your character gets a +4 circumstance bonus on future checks to influence Malphine. That means he got that on the first attempt to influence Malphine immediately after encountering her in the archives, and once after each subsequent combat. Now, I don't remember if I did roll this and you immediately met it, but I must have rolled it. I'm not gonna go look for it now. We're just gonna roll the one after this encounter. So it says here to overcome, you must succeed at a bunch of DC 22 skill checks using any combination of bluff, diplomacy, knowledge, history, or knowledge and ability. I wonder though if can every character try, or is it just one after every?
Sorry, it's to do what?
You're trying to influence her because, in the beginning when you first met her in the Senate party, and that was a aggressive encounter. She was trying to bully a senator, and I think he was a senator. I have to look it up. And you broke. She was with her friends, I guess, her hangers on, and I think it was three of them. Her simps, yeah, and there were about three of them, and they were harassing Senator, and then Chev and Robo, I think the two of them broke in, and they basically intimidated her, if I remember correctly. It could have turned into a fight to the point where somebody could have died and they could have gotten kicked out, but none of that thing happened. Like, Robo intimidated her, if I remember correctly, and then she left with her
Yep.
simps, right? And then you met her, down here when you arrived, and in the in the escape rooms, the little rooms, not the big one that you went. You met her there, and because she was with this priest, with the Joe one, and he reported that her father died, and then Robo offered his condolences. That gives him a +4. So the question is, can everybody try? If only one person can try, then it should be Ivan because he gets a +4. It's a big bonus.
To try to influence her, but to influence her for what?
Influence. You're trying to basically change her attitude towards you from hostile or from semi-hostile, whatever it was before, to something positive. And then as you influence her more, you get some bonuses, and she might help you more. And if you don't influence her, something bad might happen at some point.
And so after every fight, we can do that?
Yeah, first when you met her, and I think we've rolled this. I'm going to check that next time. And now, after every fight, which is, now is after the fight. So the question is, which are you going to use? Are you going to use bluff, diplomacy, knowledge history, or knowledge nobility? I mean, you can go and look, which is my highest number, but, it will be also good to blend it with the discussion. So
you said what, bluff?
It looks to me that it doesn't make any sense for anybody else to roll except you, because +4 is a big plus, So you got bluff. Look at your numbers there.
Yeah.
Bluff, diplomacy, knowledge history, knowledge nobility.
Yeah, I have +7 in knowledge nobility.
All right. That's Robo is also using that. That's definitely your highest. So if you use knowledge nobility plus the +4, that's but keep in mind you need to roll 22, so that's not a small. I don't know what happens if you. It tells me how many you need to succeed. I'm not going to give you the number. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You need to succeed throughout the whole where the location where you are now. So it says after every battle. So how many battles are there going to be? We don't know because it depends. Are there going to be random encounters? Let's say for example that it tells me. I'm just saying. Let's just say it tells me 3. So you need to succeed 3 DC 22s, and let's say there's 10 battles. So
yeah.
By the way, I don't particularly like the fact that I'm giving you all these rules now, but it will be kind of hard. When I first arrived at the section, I was thinking, how am I going to make you have a discussion with her after every battle? I mean, you guys would never think of yourself to let's talk to Malphine after every battle. Nobody would think like that. So how would I make it? And the decision I made in the end is just to tell you what the rules are. That's it. It's essentially a mini game inside here. There's a bunch of them. That's only one. The other ones I'm not telling you. But this one, I just don't see a way to organically introduce it to you. And I remember that Robo made a suggestion that was pretty good at the time. Seemed to me he said that she should initiate it, right? But how is she going to initiate it 10 times? I understand her initiating once or twice. It's possible, if you make her very talkative. But by the way, I don't think her character is that talkative anyway. In any case, now what's done is done. I've told you the rules, and we're just gonna play it a little bit, game. We're gonna play it this way. Let me see. Okay, roll down.
Yeah, now I'm just wondering what the hell I should say to her about knowledge nobility.
Exactly, knowledge nobility. Well, you are in a kind of museum, and a lot of the stuff belongs to the nobility, etc. So. Here's an idea that I had. For example, you could say, first of all, we can let the Lord tell you what these items are, and then you can say to Malphine, because she comes from a noble family, and you can ask her, did any of your ancestors have any connection to any of these items? Something like that. And by the way, in these influence checks, I'm giving you bonuses if you think of something smart to say. Instead of just saying, our old knowledge and ability. I would not let you Well, I suppose that if you say I'll roll, I could give you like a 0. If you say I'll roll knowledge and ability, I could give you like a 0. And then if you say something stupid, I could give you -1, -2, -3. And if you say something smart, it could be +1, +2, +3. So what I told you now is pretty smart. Like I would give myself a +2, for example. But how can I give you a +2? Because I just told you. So
Yeah.
try to think of something. And if you can't think of anything, this roll we're gonna do it because I gave you. We're gonna do it as 0. So you're not gonna get no plus, no minus. But from the future rolls, if you think of something smart to say, then you can get a +1, +2, +3, depending on. Right. So let's finish with the Lord first, then. In the meantime, keep thinking. Maybe you can think of something.
Yeah, he didn't get the extended tutorial of like the whole influencing.
Yes, yes. So you know, in this game, these roles, these diplomacy roles are very important, and they play, you know, for 40, 60 hours or something in the Senate doing this stuff. And they played with the simplified rules. The simplified rules are only a few pages, but we have a whole book. It's called Ultimate Intrigue, and we're supposed to read that book and apply all that stuff, the complicated rules. Because in the rules that we played in the Senate, you could only influence people positively. Like it doesn't matter how stupid you said something, their attitude towards you will never decrease. It will only go up. Uh, or maybe you know you failed to it to go up, but it will never decrease. But in the future, from the next book, it can also go down. So it gets much more complicated. And even more complicated, you know what's even more complicated is that we're going to be using these rules for all the campaigns. So if somebody in Aslant wants to use them, or if somebody in you know, Corvosa or Sandpoint, even though those campaigns are not written for these rules, I'm going to incorporate them. So that means that they will have more, the other ones will have more solutions, more. But your characters are the best built, I think, now for the diplomacy because you've added a lot of points to stuff like knowledge and diplomacy. And right. So I'm going to have the Lord say something now.
This is unrelated, but I was wondering about this. When we leveled up, do we get any camaraderie points?
Yes. We haven't done this yet, and we have to do it. And since you spent the whole time you were leveling, you spent it in the Senate. So you're gonna have to pick someone from the Senate to spend the points on. But I can't remember the rules now. Are there also any roles, because you're supposed to be, spending time discussing with them. We have to find a way to integrate that. I think you only roll when you level up with them, or do you roll even when you spend a point? I can't remember now. So we definitely, I'm gonna write it down now. I'm gonna make a note for next time. Spend camaraderie points, and it gets even more complicated than that because I will explain the forum. I had some second, I had a sexual system, right? But then after I read that little pamphlet with the rules. I decided to use those rules. But those rules are really made for friendly relationships, not sexual ones. Because let's say you want a sexual relationship, right? According to that book, you're gonna have to build over months your camaraderie points and all that stuff. You have to level up, and then maybe they can be your partner. That book doesn't specifically state about marriages and stuff like that, but it says that if you want to, you can do it at the highest levels. But that's not how sex works. You don't need to spend 6 months with someone to for an attraction. In fact, it can work extremely quickly. Like you saw Malphine, and she likes you, you like her, and you can have sex like the same day.
Right now.
So yes.
Right now.
So I need I need a faster. I need a system that works faster in conjunction with the camaraderie points. And the way I'm gonna do it, let me tell you how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep my sexual system, and I'm gonna combine it with the relationship system that I posted. And if you spend your camaraderie points on the sexual partner, then you get boosted. So if you're like so hot for this woman or whatever, or Matt, or Tran,
But of course.
and if you spend your points on him, her, her, it, whatever, then you get a boost. But then you lose out on spending your camaraderie points on some other character that could be a powerful wizard or a powerful lord or whatever. So that would also give you that would make it, for example, because we already have a situation going in Sandpoint, and so shock therapy will decide. Does he want to spend all his camaraderie points on the chick on the hot chick that he got, just to solidify a relationship, or does he want to just spend it on other characters? And that would make it much more interesting for the player. But there's no way we can figure that out now, so forget about it for now. I sent you a secret message, by the way, Exile. Make sure you take a look at that.
I gotta get going in like 15 minutes, by the way, guys.
All right, 15 minutes. It's good. So you got this description from Lord Wilson, and now, if you want, Shub, you can walk next to Malphine, and deliver a line, and then roll knowledge.
Grab her by the
butt.
Grab her by the pussy. Grab her by the pussy.
we should have the Trump.
He's a paladin.
Sample. Just soundboard.
Yeah, soundboard. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go on Shub's. So I'm looking now at your keyboard. If you're typing anything, I don't see you typing anything yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking very hard.
Yeah, it was hard at first too, but you get into it. It's
they played like this, just talking for like 40 hours, man. Like it was like 5-6 sessions, just talking and rolling dice. It was very interesting. I never played anything like that in all game.
Now, because what I'm thinking is, if I say, what do you say? Do any of the items in this place?
You're talking like the barbarian. You're talking like you fucking slut, dude. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I hope that someday we'll get to the point of role playing where you can really say anything you want. And definitely in the stolen lands, you can say whatever you want. So, all right, I'm gonna help you. No big deal. Let's think. Okay, so start with Lady Melfine, coma.
I almost typed comma.
You're like Biden, you know. Lady Melfine. No, you're supposed to be guys. What does he have to? What does he have to type to say in the parentheses to Melfine? Is it mood, right?
Oh yeah, it's mood.
/mood, I think.
And then parentheses to Malfin.
Malfine, exactly. Malfine. And then were any of the was your family involved in no. Do you think your family was involved in the history of any of these items? Do you think your family was involved?
How was your relationship with your father?
Of any of these historic items, you could say, these historic items.
Involved in these historic items?
Do you think your family was involved in the history of any? Oh, we already said history, so yeah. But do you think your family was involved in the history of any of these? Yeah, just click enter. Wait, is it mood? Is it control enter when you say mood, or is it just enter?
It's no, it's / and then mood, and then you can sort of do
But
like
once he's typed
parentheses.
everything, does he click enter or does he hit control enter?
It's a command. It's a command, and then just enter.
Yeah, I think it's just enter.
What do you mean command?
I just mean like
Okay,
yeah, I see.
Sure. Did you press enter or control enter?
Just enter.
All right. Okay, so we know how it works. All right, and now you roll knowledge. Whatever.
Wait, do I need to put +4?
Oh yeah, you're right. +4. I would have forgotten. Oh wait, and hold on. I'll type here just so we remember it. What it says in the book. Yes. +4. +4. All right, put the +4 in the modifier.
Yep. And then knowledge nobility. Oh Jesus!
All right, and so now, since you failed, I'm supposed to reply something. See, it's not only hard for you guys. It's hard for me because we don't just roll dice. We have to find some kind of dialogue that makes sense given the dice.
Yeah, you got the hardest job. You got to do that for everyone else. Every other person.
All these characters, and all these. I don't like. It was very stressful back then, but I got used to it after a while. But now I'm still definitely not used to it at all. Like it's been so long. All right. Well, and we're gonna have to do this down here. But every time there's a battle, we're gonna have to do this. And hopefully you get a bunch of 22s. Otherwise, she turns into a dragon.
Shit.
Sorry?
Otherwise, she turns into a dragon. That's the main. You fail.
So that means I can fuck a dragon.
Sweet.
Like, what guy could answer is, do I look like a nerd to you? Something like that.
She probably,
I don't know if
she would say that. She's got a bad attitude, bro.
She would absolutely say that.
Do I look like a scribe to you? Something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Do I look like a scribe, a librarian?
An archivist.
A librarian. And then as she says it, She jiggles her perky breasts.
Fuck yeah.
You know, because to show you that she's not a librarian. She's
Do it.
okay. Okay, do I look like a librarian to you?
Hold up, let me zoom in.
Well, I mean, you put on some glasses and you kind of do, bitch.
Well, if you don't want to be friendly with her, you can just slap her with your slap her in the back.
Slap her in the back.
Turkey slapper in the face.
Oh, Arco.
Okay, so you're gonna break the glass then to take the figurine? Is that it?
Let's do it. Fuck it.
That's a nice recovery play, actually. It's Joe one. It's with a no. Okay, no
Oh,
worries.
damn it.
No worries. So that's 4 XP.
Fuck. God damn it.
Friggin' Joe.
Look, I'll tell you something. If I could turn on the setting in Fantasy Grounds that did it automatically, I would do it. It'd be pretty cool. You know, people would like take real care.
Meanwhile, Edward smashes the glass with his forehead, picks up the figurine with his mouth, and fuck.
All right, yeah, we can play. We've done pretty much everything that I wanted to. Keep in mind, we have the protocol that every door you open, every room you enter, you detect magic first, and then you search for traps. And it's specifically, hold on a sec. That's interesting. Let's look real quick at the protocol. So the protocol, it's you can see it in here. Edward casts detect magic everywhere, and Arco checks for traps with perception roll, and everyone else rolls perception to aid him. So, what did the others have to roll for the roll for the help to be successful? What do they have to roll? Aid another. Let's really quick. That's the last thing we're gonna do, and then we'll stop the game.
I think aid another is just a +2 for every person that's helping the original person do whatever skill they're trying.
But they also have to roll, and they have to roll above something. It's not automatic.
Right.
Isn't it DC 10? No.
If we can find this, that's the
surely
only thing.
not. Otherwise, it'd be too easy. No.
Oh.
Could be.
Aid another. I found it. It's page 86. If you roll 10 or higher on your check, the character you're helping gets a +2 bonus on his and her check. You have to make the same kind of skill check. So everybody makes perception check, and if they roll 10 or higher, so it is easy. So that means, you know, with 3 people, you get, well, you might roll, but if all 3 roll above 10, you get a +6. But there are some skills it says like disable device, but the perception isn't one of them. Perception definitely works. So let me check something.
Yeah, like he could be directing us. As to where to look.
If our code.
Oh, you found the trap. You found the trap. I'll tell you, the first, if you remember the moment you walked inside, I rolled a perception, you know, obviously hidden for Arco, and he rolled 19. Actually, he rolled 8, but he has +11, so he got 19. But the trap had a DC of 22, so he failed to notice the trap. Then, afterwards, I rolled for Edward, Ivan, Valkian, and you all roll below 22. But you roll pretty high. You roll like 17, 15, 16, but they're all below 22. If, however, I say that those 3 rolls were 8 another, then all 3 were successful. That would give +6 to Arco. And now Arco, instead of 19, he gets 25. And 25 is above the trap's DC of 22. That means he does... and the reason, if you remember, I told you earlier that I wanted to figure something out. The one thing that I wanted to figure out is checking for traps an active or a passive? Active means that you have to tell me I search for traps. Passive, because every trap in Pathfinder has a DC perception. This particular trap had a DC of 22. And there could be other traps elsewhere with different DCs. So does that mean, actually, wait. No, the DC for this trap is 20. So Arco got 19. He just got one below, but with a +6 for everybody else, that means, he detected. So the question is, even if you look, when you're walking around a dungeon, you have the protocol. But when you're walking up, let's say in a tavern, you don't have the protocol. You're not searching for traps. If there's a trap there, do I roll perception even if you guys haven't told me to roll? And they're conflicting opinions on there's nothing. The book doesn't say anything, and different GMs have different approaches. And there's multiple page threads to read, and I have to read them and decide what's the best for us. But for this particular encounter, I just, because you're supposed to be searching anyway. You told me that you're searching. So you found the trap, and the question is, because now after you found the trap, the question is, how do you disable it? Or if you can't disable it, how do you avoid it? You definitely haven't triggered it yet, so that's good. And we can say that, as you walked in, look, because we've run a bunch of, normally we would have done this all in the beginning. Before you actually, anybody walked in, you would have found the trap. But now since we played all this dialogue, I can just say that as you walked in, one of the guys noticed it, and we can actually say this now. Somebody can type something on the chat. I just have to study a little bit how you, how do you disable it? And there is actually a disable device DC here, but does that mean that it has to be Arco, or can anybody? Because who has the best disable device?
It's me. I think it's like a
whoever tries to
class thing, right?
Yeah, he has disabled device. Valkyrie has disabled device +11, so he has as good as Arco's perception. So those are really high numbers. I don't think that anybody can aid him though on disabled device. Let me see. It says an aid another.
Pretty sure no.
Yeah, it says in case what is results.
Unless they also have the skill.
Unless they could also achieve it alone, it says. I'm not sure what that means.
If the other person is trying to aid Valken can also disable device. I think.
So like another rogue?
Anybody?
It says that the GM might impose restrictions on a case-by-case basis. So I have to study exactly how this trap works, and then we'll have to think about it, because it's a potential +6. Actually, if you add in all the NPCs and if you tell them all of them to try to aid you, I don't know how that works.
I think it's.
I was just gonna say,
if the character has no way.
Sorry, I keep speaking over you. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's all right. Basically, if the character has no way of rolling a success, if the DC of the check is higher than their possible rate that they can roll, they can't help with that task.
It does make sense. It does make sense. And I suppose I don't know what's okay. I'm not gonna tell you. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you the DC of the.
It also says the GM might impose further restrictions to aiding another on a case-by-case basis as well. So I guess it depends on how we can help each other.
We need to think about it, and
if you're trying to pick a lock, it doesn't really make sense for someone to try to help you pick the lock. There's not enough space for two people to work.
Yeah.
Just as an example.
There's another thing with that. Because there's thieves tools pretty much, so they give you a bonus if you have them. I don't have them, so I have these improvised tools. I think I take a penalty for that or something. I'm not sure. I gotta look to it again.
All right, we need to figure all this out, and before that, let's end the session with just one. Okay, let's end this session with the first guy who rolled was Edward. So for roll for aid another, and that's all the aid you really needed to find the trap. So while the other guys are discussing, in the bottom of the room, we're gonna say that Edward noticed the trap, and just type what should you type? Okay. Okay. I'll tell you what kind of trap it is. It's a trap that is all over the floor to the room. So you can just type. There seems to be you can type the floor is rigged, and exclamation mark. That's it. The floor is rigged. Exclamation mark. Enter. So I just I need to research, like, okay, you figured out there's a trap, but do you know, like, the conditions of does that give you also the conditions of triggering? Should I also tell you what triggers the floor? Because I do have the trigger here. The traps in Pathfinder are very they're almost like they're like a magical spell. They have all sorts of stats, even hit points. Some of them. They have CR, challenge rating. They have trigger, reset, effect. Trigger is what triggers it. Reset is, does it get reset to go again? And effect is what it does if it gets triggered. So my question, I have to read a bit more about the traps, and we have to find out about the disable. It's a bunch of stuff to figure out. One thing, by the way, now that I remembered it, for Valkian, for Exile, you said you're lucky Joe1 didn't hear you, but he's sitting like 10 feet away. So take that into account before you take the situation into account. Don't prejudge. Obviously that's a cool thing to say if he was in another room, but he's right there. And now I have to figure out, did he hear you or whatever. But you could also say that as a joke, like even if he's hearing you, you could also say as a joke, and then I have to decide what does Joe1 say. So if it's a joke, yeah, that's cool.
Joe1 says, pay me.
He wants more money. If you want to fuck my slut.
G1's a pimp the whole time. Abadar approves.
Yes, Abadar, of course. No. All right, guys. So, stop the streams. Enough fun for today.